Okay, so please welcome Ganesh Kunwar, co-founder of Gurzu Inc., Agile enthusiastic and a driving force behind impactful digital products. With over 12 years in tech and a passion for community, Ganesh blends engineering excellence with leadership to empower teams and foster innovation. Please give a huge round of applause for Ganesh.
I would like to welcome everyone to this session. I think most of you are feeling sleepy after listening long talk and like after lunch and tea break. But I really appreciate your presence here. Happy Saturday. I know it's the holiday, right? So you guys are sacrificing your holiday. You really wanted to spend your time with your friends and family, but you guys are here for good reason. And yeah, happy holiday for next week. Before we start my session, let's take a selfie so that we can create memory for next gathering. Say hi. Yeah, I can see many people. Wow. This is the photo from Regional Scrum Gathering 2019. I was here to attend the conference, and the conference was really great. I really appreciate the organizer of this conference. And how many of you were there in this conference? Can you raise your hand? 1, 2, 3. Wow, few more people, 7, 8. Wow. Can you point me in this picture? Can anyone? Oh, this is me. Thank you, organizer team, for this awesome conference, especially Mijan Bhai and Saad Dalal, Said Rahman, and all organizing team. I know it's really challenging to organizing such event, and there are many people. They really work hard to make such event, and they really they they spend their time and effort to make this happen. And big thanks to those people who are working really behind the scene. It may be from camera person, it may be the from the hotel management and all the people. I would like to ask thank you for everyone. So what's going? Something is. Can you connect to my iPad? Let's try to connect. It's going back. Lost. Okay. Hello. Sorry for the technical glitch. So I'm Ganesh Kunwar, and I'm a software engineer by profession, and I help startup to enterprise to build software and software development team. I'm from Nepal, and Nepal is the neighbor country. How many? Can you guess what is the shortest distance between Nepal and Bangladesh? Can anyone guess? Not really. Not really. It's 22 to 23 kilometer. So Nepal is the country of Mount Everest, the birthplace of Lord Gautam Buddha, and Nepal is the place where you can find the 100 rhino walking in this street. We are having Agile Nepal conference in September in Nepal, and I will really like to invite you all to this event, and our call for paper is going to open soon, and we really expect your paper for the event as well. So I work for Gurzu as a product director of project delivery, and my role and responsibility for is a director of project delivery is to make sure we deliver our product and software to our client in time with quality and within the cost. Let's talk about why I chose this uh, topic for this conference, right? So in December 2022, uh, Gurzu board member decided to me to handle the uh, project management department. Before that, I used to work in general administration and other stuffs of the company. At that time, what I noticed is when I jumped into the project management department, then I noticed the deadline of the project is moving forward and forward and forward and forward. And it's really creating the disturbance for the company, and we are losing the money. And maybe few projects were dead. We lost client, and we could not recover those client and project. Which results, it's killing our money. This is really a big loss for the company. And I started to search in the finding the root cause analysis, why this is happening. And I actively try involved with the individual team, and I work with the individual people. And I found people were working really hard. They are giving extra effort to the project, to the company, and they are even working night, even working in the weekend, but still result is not positive. Then I found something is really going wrong. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. And I really tried to find what is something not working, even though people are really giving their time and efforts. And today's presentation is all about finding those things that really did not work at that time. And I experiment many things that started to give the result. Now let's go to the software development team. What will happen in the software development team? How many of you are actively working in a software development team? As a developer, as a project manager, as a Scrum Master, as a QA engineer, as a designer. I have the story all about us. It's a time about project kickoff. He is Ritesh. He is a project manager, and he just got an information from business development side, and new project is, he has to start kick off the new project. And he got the requirement. For some reason, the business development guy came to the Ritesh and asked, Ritesh, stop for few more days. Clients want to adjust or add few more statement of work or few more SOW. Ritesh goes to the Nihal. Nihal is business development guy. His roles is to interact with the client, to find the new client, to define the statement of work from the client, and log the contract and give the contract to development team so that development team can start working on the project. Ritesh goes to the Nihal and asks about the timeline. Hey, did you get confirmation from client? And the result is, sorry man, I'm still waiting for a client. He's a guy from US. He is a client, he stays in client, he is working on his own startup, and he's trying to find the feature of the product or project that he is trying to build. When Ritesh Nihal goes to John, and still the reply of John is, "Hi Nihal, give me a few more days." And this is the common scenario between project management, business dev, and the client. And here is the very important thing that we notice is waiting, waiting, and waiting. We have to wait. Now let's move into the different scenario. That is, the contract is done and development team start to develop the product. Here's Mr. Vishal. He is a front-end developer. He really works to build the product, and he is very excited to work in the project, and he found the requirement. But something really happened. Ritesh asks for designer, is the design is ready? Because he really wants to start on coding and building the product, right? And something really bad happens from the product design side. And the client is still reviewing, so that you cannot work on the product development. Wait. That is another problem. He got the design, and he again have to wait for API. The backend guy, Hira, he also asks for few more hours because Hira is also working for the product, and he is working on the API side. And API is ready, but something really happened. That is, one parameter is still remaining on the API side. And our backend developer also needs few more time, few more minutes. This is the time, this is the waiting for in this scenario as well. Here is also waiting. Now, if the development is done, and the time is to review the PR. So, Hira, backend developer, he's excited, he has done on his part, and he created the PR, he created PR after working few days, and he asked his friend to review the PR. Then, unfortunately, his friend replies, "I'm having lunch, give me 10 more minutes." Here is waiting. Now let's move into the release date. All set. Now the team came into the meeting room, and they are ready to release the first version of their product. Wow. When Ritesh asks, is there any, are you ready for the release? Oh, there is 3 small issues that still need to fix. Also waiting. In this scenario, we have multiple waiting, right? In every situation, we have to wait for another people. And if you see this all scenario in the same place because the development team is same, then there is waiting, 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 and big waiting. Everyone is waiting for everyone. To handle the situation, the development team asks, call the meeting, and first the problem solving team comes into the meeting, the seat, they tries to fix the specific problem, and they analyze the problem so that they can solve, they can fix, and situation is different. People started to demand. In the Kanban board, I know most of us follow this sprint, right? But in every sprint, there is a Kanban board. Either we accept or not, we have to follow. So now people started to ask for the demand. Designer asks, I need design column so that I can see all the design related tasks there. And QA asks for, I need the QA column so that I can see all the items that I need to do QA. And let's add one more column where we can see all the tasks that need to review the peer. And our Kanban board become this. Here are a few important things I have added here. Waiting, not decided, ready, in progress, and work. Backlog is our product backlog. Up next is kind of sprint backlog, design, API, front-end, and this. This is the situation of our sprint board or product Kanban board in day 0. And in the middle of the, middle of the sprint, this become this. It's really progressing right. People are very used to one item goes to done, 3 on QA, but in QA there are 2 items are on waiting, in front end, 1 is waiting, 1 have on progress. And in the last day of the sprint, and this really happens. Most of the items stuck on the QA or review or front end. And our initial plan is to complete 14 to 15 items, but at the end of the sprint, we can only ship 3 items or 3 features. Can you relate this situation? So then client comes to the team and asks, what is the status? Then also client has his own demand and he asks for, hey, it's not going on, man. Your communication is lagging. I have to wait your email and something is not going good. And he asks for Mr. Ritesh, and let's use WhatsApp for quick communication. And adding on this, also dev team meetings comes. So in the dev teams, they also want to try different tools, different software for project management or any purpose, because they are fed up with the current software that they are using. Somebody wants ClickUp, somebody wants, let's use GitHub Action. He's not, he's not familiar with some other CI/CD pipeline like Jenkins, and then team have to deal with such kind of multiple tools. When teams and the people are more demanding and we need to fulfill their demand, then it's become more and more and it creates the more complexity. These are the few meetings that we need to handle, but in our regular meeting or sprint meeting, we have to deal with our regular meeting as well. These meetings are sprint retrospective, sprint review, daily stand-up, and sprint planning as well. And can you guess how many people hours we have to spend during this meeting for 8 people team? It's more than 100 hours. 100 human hours we have to spend. We spend during this meeting. But in most of the meeting, this will happen. Most of the meeting, we do not have clear agenda. People are confused. Why I'm here? Why I'm here to attend this meeting? And in many meetings, the few meetings exceed because there are many reasons. They have to handle in this meeting. They are all confused. Why this meeting is happening and why this is going and going. So, and in some meeting, people put few more agendas which are not related. And in some meeting, they have very poor preparation and planning. Few meetings are done with very poor preparation. So, if we continue such meeting again and again, and can you guess the result? And the result is this is our one of the Nepalese famous politician. And one time we heard this type of reply. The big decision from today's meeting is we are having same meeting tomorrow, same time, same place. See you there. And I found this on social media, and most of the result of meeting becomes this. Now let's talk about waste. We have seen the whole scenario, what really happens in the project development team within the sprint and within every event of the project management. The waste are unwanted and unusable material. If we compare with the physical things or its construction or hotel management or everything. But if you go back to our previous scenario that I explained earlier, then there are a few things that really consume our time, cost, and resource. Can you say what are the things that you notice? Can anyone notice? One. The thing is waiting. Another thing is complex process. We put number of column in our Kanban board. We add one more tools to our development process, and we are making our process more complex. One more thing is meeting. Are all meeting waste? Not really. Meetings are very important for any project development, and any meeting are important. But if we don't have any specific agenda, we don't have any time box, we have multiple agenda in the same meeting, especially not related agenda, then those meetings become waste because those meetings cannot give the solid result. And one more important thing is poor planning. Now, these are not only waste in the software development. There are few more things. One is poor work quality. Can you give me the example of poor work quality? Can anyone? The poor work quality, if you have to rework on any feature, then it's definitely poor work quality. If you see the number of bugs, then it's definitely poor work quality. And there are many things that we can find. Another waste in software development is task switching. How many of you are working on multiple projects? 1, 2, 3, 4. When the task switching is a waste because it takes our energy when you switch from one task to another task, right? So task switching is another waste that I noticed. So we talked about the waste, what is waste, and all the scenario. Now, I found those things in my company and in my product development team. And I really work on those things. And I found few important things that help me to reduce this type of waste. First important thing is team restructuring. Before this, I had a team with 18 plus people, right? 18 plus people are working in the same team. Then it was creating lots of complexity and confusion within the team. There was front-end developer, there was back-end developer, there was HTML, CSS developer, designer, QA, and many more. Even Scrum Master is not from the team. He was separate Scrum Master from separate domain. And what I did is I empowered the full stack culture with T-shaped skill set. In T-shaped skill set, a person or individual has the depth knowledge of any individual part, and he has the working knowledge on others. If you see the example of backend T-shaped backend engineer, then he has a depth knowledge on backend and he has working knowledge. It's kind of general knowledge for other domain. Similar for the front-end developer as well. And one thing what I did is I reduced the team size. This is only possible because of full stack development culture. And can you guess what is the another thing? It's artificial intelligence, AI. Because of this, I'm able to reduce my 18 people team to 5 to 6 people team. And I restructure my sitting arrangement from this to this roundtable sitting arrangement so that it helps people to communicate more faster. They don't have to wait. Another approach I use is tool optimization. If you see, there are many tools that we previously used, and we only use 3 tools for development team. One is Basecamp. How many of you know about Basecamp? Have you ever heard? Few people. And one is GitHub, because GitHub has many features that we can use, and it really helped me to replace the Jira. If your development team has the mindset of core programming, core development, they don't like extra management hustle, then I really suggest you to use GitHub instead of Jira. And another thing, what I did is process optimization. If you see, in progress, review, testing, these all are in progress, right? If your team has full stack culture, then anybody can pick a feature and they can contribute. So I empower team, I optimize the Kanban flow, and I empower team to work on the more core engineering part, which is CI/CD, code review, peer programming, this practice from EXP, extreme programming. And I also encourage people to write automation tests. At least you have to write unit test. And I also reduce the number of meetings. On process optimization, I also prefer written communication over verbal communication, because written communication are in our record sometime. If you can't explain by writing, then it's time you go and talk with people. Even if you can explain by writing, then it's okay. You can write and you can explain. And what I did is, most of the time in development, we miss PR, right? So for this, I created a separate channel so that every PR that created within the organization, and we'll get the notification, and anyone can review, because we have full stack culture. Anyone can review any PR. One important thing I did is I created meeting guideline. What to do, what not to do. If you are meeting host, then these are the things that you really need to do. You have to prepare agenda, and you have to communicate those agenda to the all attendees. You only invite people, only concerned people, not if you are the people that are who are not related to the project or specific agenda, then not do not invite. And make sure all logistics are in place and your meeting have a specific topic. If how many of you heard about the lean coffee? It's a good practice. If your team has a if is suffering on a specific problem but they don't have a specific agenda, then I really suggest you to practice the lean coffee. And these are the guidelines for if you are really joining the meeting. And I also work on the team mindset. QA are to maintain the team quality. It's not a product quality. So that product team is really capable to maintain the quality of the product. Another thing is incident and bug are not same. In general practice, we see if we found the issue or bug in the production, then it's placed in the bug list. But we have number of bug in the list, but incidents are not bug. If you find the incident, then it's your responsibility to fix as soon as possible. Bugs relates to the ongoing feature. Incidents are from production or live product. And this is my final thought. You cannot eliminate 100% waste. You can reduce waste. We have to accept. Sorry. And waste in software development are not visible. You have to open your third eye to find those waste. If you are feeling like something is going wrong, the software development is getting out of hand, then start identifying waste. If you are really confused, what's going on, why we are suffering from these issues, then I think it's time to find the bug. OS and elemental. One important thing is if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So planning is very important thing. While kickoff, in the time of kickoff, if you are not planning from the every aspect, then obviously you are planning to fail your product. One thing is, does your team has meeting guideline? I think it's a very thoughtful question. So we all have a problem in a development team, and still we have individual problem, but the right person to fix those problems are you. Nobody comes in your team and fix the problem. You have to initiate, you have to be more proactive to fix those kind of issue within the team. These four things or these many things that I explain here are the good things that I take from four different practices or framework: Scrum, Kanban, XP, and ShapeUp. Don't follow any practice blindly. Find and try to find the ways framework that works for your team. This is me, Ganesh Kunwar. I'm a co-founder and director of project delivery at Gurzu. I have 13 plus years of experience in building software and product team. I'm certified product owner. I'm Agile Nepal community member, Atlassian Nepal community member. I'm Ruby Nepal community member. I'm Ruby lover. I love to write code in Ruby. Thank you.